So,
How about
work
this?
related.
Texas, it's work related. Texas man claims little ghost boy, pushed the shopping cart into his $25,000 car, causing damages. Well, this seems to be an open and shut case. Don't see whether anybody had a problem with this.
It is kind of compelling. If you watch the video, this is a guy who's walking away from a grocery store where he works.
Okay.
And he walks to his car.
Hold on, let me do the sound effects. Hang on. Now, hold on. He's what?
He's walking to his car.
Hang on.
Yeah, and he's wearing Frankenstein boots. And so he gets to his car.
John only has. He doesn't have fully
sound effect.
Okay. Then we're going to move faster on this. Okay, because you don't have keys or an ignition or anything. So it is weird. He goes to his car. He gets in the car. All of a sudden, you see this cart that is just kind of right there in the parking lot turn around and go directly for his car. There's other cars in the row. It really kind of had to maneuver in between two cars to hit his car. And he believes he had gone ghost hunting with his fiance, I guess a couple of days before, and that a little boy ghost followed him home because he could feel like his spirit or his presence. And he thinks the little boy moved the cart and pushed into his car because he wanted to play or get his attention or something like that. But it is kind of creepy when you see it. I mean, they said there was no wind that day. That car's sitting, like, kind of turned in one direction, and it just turns around and barrels toward his car.
West of the Rockies. Go ahead. Lines are open. First-time caller line. George Norrie.
The most mysterious thing to me is...
Go ahead, Jacob. Jacob calling in.
He works at a grocery store, but he has a $25,000 car. I'd like to know more about
Ghost Boy.
what's going on there.
Well, don't cars cost about $25,000 now?
I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the normal
that's
cost.
normal.
But he just had gotten the car. Yeah, he just got the car, and so he's upset because it was dented. He'd like to go back to the ghost hunting area to see if he can reconnect with the little boy and find out what's going on.
I have a guy that might help him. Remember that guy I told you about that says, the guy's spirits? He wrote me again. He wants me to see him again. I got to tell you, this sounds a little odd, but I'm really tired getting out of the cab, which I'll talk about later on, the cab ride from JFK to the hotel. And I go to get out of the cab, and all of a sudden I stopped, and I thought, I should look inside the cab to make sure I didn't leave anything, because I never do that. And there was my phone sitting there in the seat. I have a feeling that I have someone watching over me. Look at that. That was serious. That was real. And now you put the thunder in there. All right?
No, I think there's a scientific explanation for that, which isn't supernatural. It's that there's something about your mind's eye, like your subconscious or something picked up on the fact that phone was sitting next to you, and when you got out, it kind of alerted you to it.
I'll tell you, 10 minutes before then, I vomited into my shoe. So I was in no shape to be having my mind's eye looking at stuff.
Well, this is the better story. Why were you sick?
Because the way the guy was driving, I'll talk about it later. Speaking of driving,